Hey guys, I'm back. I realized that I kind of would have left you hanging if I would have just made that last video without following it up. Because I told you guys about the circle theory and about the super bandwidth that you can create with photons, with light being a medium for transmitting the data, magnetism being the mechanism that holds the data together, and electricity being the the energy mechanism to tag the data. So, the thing I was contemplating as I was, smoking a J, and I have to do that. I do want to let you guys know that I do that because that's the only, I believe it's one of the only ways that my mind slows down enough to concentrate on a specific subject and explain it in detail to you. So, um, anyway, back to my original point. Um, in my last video, I was explaining that, but if you think about it, the question would be, well, what would you use that for? Besides maybe computers, well, how can we use it now? And I was thinking, how can you use that kind of super bandwidth now? I mean, we can't recreate that kind of power of natural light on Earth. The closest we can come to is fire, um, as in a source that is natural and that only needs oxygen to burn and that can travel really fast. But I'm not sure about that yet. But what I was also thinking about is about super bandwidth. Um, is about how we are located here in the universe. That's obviously a globe or a sphere shape. And I started thinking, we map things here, by whatever system that we use. I really don't know the system that we use to map the globe. Longitude, latitude, excuse me, north and south. That's just how we use things. So far, I mean, from what I've seen, maybe it's accurate. North Pole, South Pole. Um, Magnetism seems to be the only true thing that we have so far. That's actually universal and not just applying to this planet. But back to the super bandwidth, I think how we are categorized in this kind of space within the universe is our sun. I think the sun is our most powerful natural resource of light energy. It's one of the closest thing to pure light that we have. So, how would you use it? Well, if it's giving off light energy, um, you can see it. You can see stars from afar when you look up in the sky at night. Uh, those things, those stars could be suns out there in the universe, and they are all around us. They're 360 degrees. So, how maybe they're charted is by the suns, which are stars, which is, how we got our constellations, things like that. So the Greeks understood this, and what they did was make shapes out of stars and try and make sense out of things, which was, I guess, the right thing to do at the time. And I guess you can still do that now. But the point of that, even going back to as far as Greek mythology, um, the point in that is stars can carry information. That's the application of super bandwidth. A star can be seen, is the only thing that can be seen from so far away by the naked eye. If you think about it, the furthest thing that you've ever seen in your life are the stars. And you can just see them. You know? what does that say? That's pretty powerful stuff. You don't know how far that is. You don't know how far any of those stars are. You just know that you can see them. And if you can see them, then guess what? Those are probably the means of our communication that we're missing out on. Instead of traveling to other planets, maybe what we should be doing is using this super bandwidth system that we have and store information in using magnetic energy into our sun and um, coding it and writing the instructions of who we are and what we are, things like that. Um, Writing all of those instructions and data and stuff like that in, the electrical energy state, and just use our sun as our super bandwidth because it can carry that information. So if you point something at our light source or at our star, it can hold kind of identifying marks, such as, I guess in computer terms, it would be our IP address. There you go. I'm a geek, so you'll have to bear with me. Or it'll be our home address in the universe, and put it in relative terms. So we can carry that information, and things can probably, maybe other civilizations out there are doing this. Maybe we're not listening. Maybe we should be using light to communicate. We should probably be using our sun to send signals and be listening to the sun to receive signals and interpret maybe what those signals are. Maybe people have been, or civilizations have been broadcasting to us all along using our very own sun, and we've been listening to the wrong star. Maybe we just need to be listening to our own star and see what it's talking about. Maybe it has something to say. Maybe it has a history that we're completely unaware of. If a star can burn for so long, it can hold things in it. You know? It can hold information. And that information can obviously travel because it can be seen from the naked eye from who knows how far. So, we need to start thinking in that direction. The scientific community needs to be thinking about the theory of, a circle and super bandwidth, because it is the natural use of our resources for a positive element, which is communication to other life forms. And if you think about it, the star broadcasts light in 360 degrees, which is everywhere. So up, down, left, right, we're still living in our universe in a spherical form. So, other life forms can pick up on that, and we can pick up on other life forms. That may be the beacon that we're neglecting, and we really need to pay attention to it. Um, so what would it take? You might ask. What do you need? What do these guys need to get going, man? Well, they need a device that pretty much detects magnetic signals on a planetary scale. You need something to maybe extrapolate signals. You need to look for probably very, very, very low frequencies, negative on a planetary scale. Um, you would then need to pick up the carrier wave, get out the information, which is probably maybe magnetically held together, and you need to detect the electrical signal, um, which may contain instructions on how to either open up the data, or even instructions on how to communicate. But anyway, I'm out of time here, so let me know what you think.